Alrighty, everybody, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Atlanta News First Alert Desk. I'm Savannah Louie, and we have your top 5 stories for this evening here in Atlanta on September 12th. Happy to have you with us here, and we're just going to get straight into our first story tonight. This was big news, breaking news about just a couple of hours ago. The CDC approving the COVID-19 booster shot. This is a new vaccine that you and your family can get. The CDC calling this a tool to protect your family. They say that most Americans should get this updated vaccine. Now, the vaccine is for anyone 6 months and older. The agency's director signed off just a few hours ago, earlier today. And this is all going to move pretty fast. They should be able to make these new vaccines available this week, as early as Wednesday, we're told. Now, you might be familiar, but the severity of the COVID-19 pandemic has faded, thankfully, but there are still a lot of health issues out there. I spoke to the director of the CDC earlier this afternoon, and she told me that the biggest concern here is for people who are ages 65 and up. Those people face the biggest risk for the more severe COVID-19 infections. Now, I asked her, because I know a lot of us have kids or family members who are young, who are in schools. I asked about for young people, if they need to get the COVID-19 vaccine, how important it is. And she also said, you know, she's a mom, her kids are going to be getting the vaccine as well, and she wouldn't recommend the vaccine or for people to do anything that she and her family wouldn't do themselves. So the brunt of this story here is, if you are able to, experts are recommending that you go get that shot. And flu season is also right around the corner, and the CDC director said that yes, you can get both the flu shot and the COVID-19 vaccine shot all at once. Just get them all knocked out of the way, moving on to the next best thing, right? All right, we are moving along here. I want to show you this pretty bad storm damage. This is from just earlier today. Depending on where you are in Metro Atlanta, this might come as a shock to you. Others, not so much. But this is a look at some of the damage in Marietta. All right, I'm going to remove this text here so you can see really the brunt of the damage. A tree completely toppled over here. This is in Marietta in Cobb County. Yeah, there you see. This is a result of some scattered storms just earlier today. And again, a bunch of trees down in a backyard in Marietta. The homeowner told us that the storm really seemed to come out of nowhere, and that these trees, the ones that you're looking at right here, they are actually decades old, which isn't too big of a surprise by looking at the size of that tree. Either way, we are going to have our meteorologist, Patrick Pete, on in just a few minutes, actually, with the latest in the forecast. And he'll let us know if we can expect to see more of this in the future this week. I know many of you are hoping not, so I'll let Patrick, I'll save that report for Patrick. I won't get too far ahead of myself there. All right, now I do want to move on to another story here. We are looking at the latest with the Donald Trump indictment involving 19 people, including the former president himself, excuse me. What I want to get to today is the latest development actually has nothing to do with the former president. It's all about one of the other co-defendants in this case, Harrison Floyd. You might remember him as the only member of this indictment who did not, who actually had to stay in Fulton County Jail overnight when he couldn't bond out. And that is actually a huge part of the story today. He is now helping others who were just like him, who are struggling to bond out of Fulton County Jail. There he is, Harrison Floyd. He, by the way, was also the only black man of the group of folks who were indicted in this sweeping indictment. So Floyd has said that he has $72,000 in donations and contributions to his legal defense fund. That's a lot of money. And that money is going to go to bail people out this week. He's working with a second chance bail bonds. That's right up the road from the jail, actually. And they say that donation-based bonds are something they actually do often. However, this is a very high-profile instance, so that's what makes it a little bit different from what you might be used to. Now, Floyd, by the way, is facing 3 counts in the indictment, including an allegation he tried to intimidate 2 Atlanta poll workers after the 2020 election. Earlier today, Floyd said that he's really just focusing, though, on getting people out of the jail. The jail has been subject, by the way, to critique and criticism from a variety of people, including officials, families of folks who have stayed in the jail, just for the conditions inside. We know that a number of people, I believe 10 people, have died in the Fulton County Jail so far this year. It has been a huge issue, now currently under investigation by the Department of Justice. Seems like it is the never-ending long list of problems at the Fulton County Jail. All right, just a couple more here. I know I usually save the happy story for last, but we're doing things a little bit out of order tonight. And you'll see why in just a minute here. But I thought this story was too great not to share. Oprah, one of my favorite people in the world, maybe yours as well, she teamed up with a Harvard professor to explain what the meaning of happiness is here. That Harvard professor's name is Arthur C. Brooks. And I want to go ahead and play for you this clip from earlier today when Oprah is explaining the meaning of happiness. Take a listen.
Happiness for me now is more a level of contentment and peace of mind and satisfaction coming from purpose and meaning.
If you take your time, your money, your resources, your life, and you give the love that other people need, especially in their times of need, that is the secret of happiness. Practice these things.
They make it sound so simple, don't they? Well, they also say, by the way, the biggest mistake is waiting for happiness to come to you. You have to actually go out there and chase it for yourself. Great advice there. I really wanted to make sure that I got that in for you guys today. All right, final little tidbit I have for you this evening. It's actually what we're doing here in just a matter of minutes, 8 minutes to be exact. We are hearing that Decatur police are going to be giving an update on a crossing guard who was hit by a car. This was pretty recently. I want to say this was on Monday at 8:20 a.m. at the intersection of East College Avenue and South Candler Street. This was a crossing guard who police have said is, quote, extremely dedicated to keeping our kids safe. He's now recovering at home. But again, this press conference is going to be happening at 8:15. So really in just a matter of 8 minutes from now, we have a reporter, Asia Wilson. She is at the scene at the press conference right now as we speak, getting ready to go. I'll go ahead and show you. This is actually Asia's view right now. It's pretty interesting. You can see, appears to be some sort of map here, possibly of the area where that guard was hit. We are expecting police to be out here in just a matter of minutes with an update. Not entirely sure what they're going to be detailing, whether it's going to be new protocols or maybe more information on the guard's recovery. Either way, though, we will have that streaming for you. So however you're watching me right now, we will be streaming it exactly like this. And again, that's coming up at 8:15. All right, guys. And we will also have a recap tonight on Peachtree TV at 10 o'clock and WANF at 11 o'clock as well. Asia will bring us that report. All right, I am going to skip ahead here. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. We got to show you this view. Wow. It is getting dark earlier and earlier nowadays. You know what that means. Fall is right around the corner, and maybe you got outside a little bit earlier today. You got to feel a little bit of the cooler temps, and it feels a little odd to say 70s is a cooler temperature range, but here you go. We have meteorologist Patrick Pete with us now, and Patrick, tell us more about this forecast.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Savannah. Things are looking pretty good out there for most of us at this hour. It's been a little bumpy. We had some showers and some thunderstorms that rolled through. We had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, multiple reports of hail, and some isolated tree damage as far as like some trees being down. Look like not causing too much of an issue. We're going to continue to dive deeper into some of the storm reports, but for now, looks like we got off pretty easy with these storms. And we're still dealing with a little bit of energy right now on radar. Most of the energetic storms are to the south of the city of Atlanta. There's a nice little thunderstorm that's firing up in Floyd County, but the more impressive storm is moving through Jasper County, going to be shortly moving south of Putnam County. Looks like that storm is sailing to the southeast, so it looks like if you're in Putnam County, this should miss you. But a little bit of rain moving through Eatonton and folks out in Monticello. Rain chance is going to stick around for the next few hours, but should become more isolated as we head through the overnight. So if you had any plans stepping out for dinner or if you're working third shift, I don't think that this is going to impact you much. Take a look at the forecast as we look ahead. We're dealing with some showers tomorrow. There's going to be a front that's going to slide through the area. This is going to be a weaker system, so we're not expecting as much shower and thunderstorm activity as we saw today, but there's going to be some instability along the front, so showers are going to be likely. We'll see some clouds as well. Temperatures are going to be on the cooler side, and dew points are going to gradually slide through the day, so it's going to feel more comfortable as we head into the afternoon. Meanwhile, that's going to set us up on a stretch of about a 48-hour period that's going to be improving. We're talking about lower humidity, lower rain chances, and Friday looks amazing. Friday is my trophy day, my golden trophy day, because that's perfect. Good mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the low to mid 80s, and I know that this doesn't mean much to most of you, but once I tell you what it means, it will. Dew points are going to be in the mid to upper 50s across our region. That means that it is going to feel fantastic. You know how a few days ago it felt like fall outside? That's going to be a fall feeling afternoon. So Friday is just going to be picture perfect. It's a good day to be out and about. It's a good day if you have an extra comp day that you can, or a PTO day that you can use to just take off. Friday is going to be the day to do it. And if not, just make plans for Friday evening. Step outside, go out to dinner, make reservations to sit outside, because it is going to be gorgeous Friday evening and equally as nice Friday night. As we head into the weekend, that's where we're going to start to get a little bit bumpy again. There's going to be rain chances both days. Saturday's looking to be the easier day, the day where the showers and thunderstorms should be more isolated, mainly north and west of the city. And then your rain chances for Sunday right now look pretty scattered and look to be a little energetic. So while we don't have a first alert there now, we may have to throw a first alert there if we see another model run that continues to keep it very active on Sunday, because at the end of the day, I know how much y'all love being outside on Sunday. I know how much y'all love Sunday Fun Day and Sunday Brunch. And if it's going to be a mess, you want to be the first to know, right? So we got you covered. Right now, it's looking a little messy, but not first alert worthy yet. We'll see if that continues to be the trend through tomorrow. I do expect some spotty showers on the roadways tomorrow as kids are heading out to school. You're getting on the roadways, but it should not be too impactful. The showers look to be pretty isolated. This is all as that boundary gradually will sink through the region. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s, near 70 for the bus stop, and then we will get into the upper 70s, low 80s around lunchtime. So I do expect those rain chances to be around 20 to 30% through the day. As we head into the afternoon, I do think some showers and storms are going to fire up along that boundary. I will go ahead and give you a little bit of insight to this boundary. The way it's looking right now, that boundary looks to be a little bit faster than the models. So I will not be surprised if those rain chances diminish a little bit earlier in the evening tomorrow than they do tonight, but we're going to keep that rain chance around at this point right now, just so that you have the heads up on that boundary sliding through. Eventually, we'll see winds come out of the north heading into the overnight hours into the start of your Thursday, and that's going to set us up for a very comfortable feeling morning. A good mix of sun and clouds for most of the region on Thursday, but we do have that low-end rain chance south of the city Thursday afternoon and evening, so we'll be watching that. Looks like 80% of us are going to be fine, and then that Friday forecast is looking amazing. Sunshine, low 80s, comfortable humidity. As we head towards Saturday, I told you about that rain chance, mainly north and west of the city. You can see those scattered showers and thunderstorms around as we push into the afternoon. And then that boundary actually will slide through on Sunday, and right now it looks like it's going to be pretty energetic, so we'll have to watch for scattered showers and storms afternoon and evening. Eventually, all of this system pushes on out. We see high pressure building on the backside, and that's going to lead to a good amount of sunshine as we head into the start of the work week with temperatures that are quite nice. We're still keeping a 20% chance around on Monday, but only because guidance has been going back and forth with the timing of that front. And if it's a little bit slower than the models are hinting at, that means that we could have a morning rain chance. For now, looks like we should see this out of the area by Monday afternoon. So we'll keep that 20% chance of a shower around. Look at those morning lows Monday and Tuesday morning. Low 60s at the airport means that for some of you, you're going to be stepping out to the 50s. I actually had a coworker ask me earlier today, when is it going to be cold? To me, the upper 50s isn't cold, but I recognize fully that to some other folks out there, once the temperatures slide to 58, 59 for the start of the morning, you know, you're looking to pull out your light jackets. I have my 10 o'clock producer is wrapped in swaddling clothes right now in a Christmas sweater because it's a little chilly in the newsroom, so I imagine he'll have a light jacket on early Monday morning and early Tuesday morning as well. So Lots going on with that. The big takeaway in the forecast is that while there are some rain chances the next couple of days, it's going to be much like what we've seen so far this week. Not really an washout, not an overwhelming rain opportunity, just some of these hit or miss showers and thunderstorms here or there. I really expect Thursday to be dry for most of you, sunny and nice on Friday, and then we're going to be watching for those rain chances Saturday and Sunday. Northwest of the city looks to be the call for Saturday. Once again, still several days away, so we'll fine-tune that tomorrow, but scattered showers and storms look pretty likely on Sunday. A higher coverage, so that's a higher rain chance. And then we're going to be in the 80s. Listen, y'all, we hit 93 degrees today officially at the airport for the high. So that was several degrees warmer than average. I know that a lot of you are looking forward to this week in the 80s. So here it is. You just have to deal with a couple of shower opportunities. Meanwhile, you also came to find out what's going on with the tropics because I know a lot of folks are getting some of these last-minute deals to some of these island destinations, and you're concerned about travel. We are watching Hurricane Lee. Something that's happened today over the course of the last couple of hours is the central pressure has actually come down a little bit, but we're keeping the winds the same. It's still over some warm waters of the Gulf Stream, so it should maintain a significant intensity at least for the next 12 hours or so. But as it lifts further north, it is going to move away from the Gulf Stream. You know, the Gulf Stream, the warm water that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico and goes up the coastline. Yeah, the further north that system goes, it will be away from the Gulf Stream and it'll run into some cooler water. So we do expect some weakening. But something that also happens with systems when they go to higher latitudes, they typically expand because they are still tropical in nature, but they typically expand, and then they transition to extratropical or post-tropical, whichever determination, depending on where it is. But once it transitions, it typically will become bigger, keeping a decent intensity, but it's just going to become more expansive. So we'll be watching for that. That's what's in the forecast for the system. It's moving to the northwest at 7, so moving pretty slowly. We still expect it to be a hurricane, but it should be at least a Cat 2 by tomorrow as it moves into those cooler waters. We do believe that as it makes its way off the coast of New England, that it could still be a Cat 1 hurricane. So we're expecting significant waves. They're going to get some outer rain bands. And well, depending on which side of the track the system takes, we could actually get some gusty winds, 30, 40 miles per hour in places like Massachusetts and Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont. So we'll be watching for that. Still several days away. This is literally the weekend. This shouldn't impact you unless you have plans to go to New England. Or maybe fly across the Atlantic, or maybe you're taking a cruise or something like that. But other than that, I think we're okay here. We're also watching Hurricane Margot. It's a Cat 1. Those winds sustained at 80 miles per hour. It's moving off to the north at 14 miles per hour, so a little bit faster forward speed. This is looking to just be a maritime issue. So I'm going to send you back to this beautiful view of our city, our fair city. Looking pretty good out there this evening, with the exception of those spotty showers and storms that are mainly south of town at this point. I want to give you this 7-day forecast view one more time so that you guys can make plans for the rest of the week, but I know that you're going to be making plans for the weekend. And Saturday evening looks to be the sweet spot for the weekend right now. The guidance is trending with some showers and thunderstorms setting up northwest of the city at this point in the late morning, early afternoon. Looks like we'll dry out for a little while as we head into the evening, but that timing is still a little shaky, so you got to check in with us as we fine-tune that forecast. The closer we get to the event, the better data we'll have, and we'll be able to give you that pinpoint situation. Hey to everybody on YouTube. It's a lot of y'all over there streaming, and I know there are lots of you at home watching us on our Atlanta News First app, and we thank you for checking in with us tonight. We've given you the rundown of a lot of things that we're working on right now, and we're going to have an updated look at the forecast. We'll get some new model data on Lee in. Actually, Fred will have that at 11 tonight, but we're going to have some new data on the shower opportunities tomorrow. We'll have that coming in at 9, so you can catch us on Peachtree TV at 10, and then back again on Atlanta News First at 11 for a rundown of the rain chance tomorrow. You guys have a fantastic Tuesday. See you. Oh, grab some tacos for me. See y'all later.